Valentine's Day. It comes every year whether you like it or not.
Everybody's gonna love today, gonna love today, gonna love today.
It's the day when your love life is put on display.
I'd like to send a dozen of those to the best girl at my school.
Things for your wife?
I'm 10 years old.
No, I'm sorry, I didn't realize.
Where there's always a chance for romance or disaster.
Okay, I'm gonna go now, okay.
It can be confusing.
It's Valentine's Day today?
Hello?
No, it's a Monday. Valentine's Day always falls on a Thursday.
Who's your head? That's Thanksgiving.
And it can be complicated.
Alex and I were supposed to have sex today.
Love can't be planned.
It's not love she's talking about.
But at the end of the day, it's all about love.
So how do you guys feel about each other?
Oh my gosh, I totally love him.
And I'm crazy about her.
Pagan wrote his number on my hand.
We've lived with the idea that good is good enough. We've accepted the unacceptable, where average was just normal. But now, there is a new way. And everything will change.
Why 13? What is the reason?
Okay, I was born on the 13th. I turned 13 on Friday the 13th. My first album went gold in 13 weeks. Also, thanks. My first song that ever went number one, it had a 13-second intro.
Droid.
Droid DNA augmentation initiated. Neural speeds increasing to 4G LTE. Brain upgrading to a quad-core processor. Predictive intelligence with Google Now complete.
You can't play God without being acquainted with the devil. The problem, Bernard, is that what you and I do is so complicated. We practice witchcraft. We speak the right words, and we create life itself out of chaos.
Are you ready for? Are you ready for?
Introducing Droid DNA by HTC. It's not an upgrade to your phone, it's an upgrade to yourself.
And I didn't even do that on purpose. And every time I've ever won an award in an award show, I've either been seated in the 13th row or row M, which is the 13th letter.
Wow.
And when I won the Horizon Award at the CMA Awards, the producer came up to me when I was sound checking and said, "All right, we're going to go in 13 seconds. There are so many numbers."
Wow.
There you have it, young love, full of promise, full of hope, ignorant of reality.
Lupercalia was a festival of ancient Rome observed annually on February 14th. It has been traced back as far as the 6th century BC. It is named after the Roman fertility god, Lupercus. Lupercalia rituals began at Lupercal Cave with the sacrifice of one or more male goats, a representation of sexuality, and a dog. The sacrifices were performed by Luperci, a group of Roman priests. Afterwards, the foreheads of 2 naked Luperci were smeared with the animal's blood using the bloody sacrificial knife. The blood was then removed with a piece of milk-soaked wool as the Luperci laughed. In ancient Rome, feasting began after the ritual sacrifice. When the feast of the Lupercal was over, the Luperci cut strips, also called thongs or februa, which is where we get the name of the month February.
As Time Magazine's Person of the Year for 2013, Pope Francis has been called the hope and change of the Vatican.
Every individual is unique, but Pope Francis, we'd have to say, is a little more unique than most popes who have preceded him.
Born in Buenos Aires, Argentina, on December 17, 1936, Jorge Bergoglio earned a master's degree in chemistry and philosophy and a doctorate in theology. After training in a Jesuit seminary, Bergoglio became an ordained Catholic priest in 1969.
Francis is the first Jesuit pope. From the very beginning, he's been wearing more simple clothes, a more simple cassock without the elaborate sleeves and the red shoes and that kind of thing. That's all very typical of Jesuits.
In 1998, Bergoglio was named Archbishop of Buenos Aires and became well known for traveling to city slums to work firsthand with the poor.
When Pope Francis was Archbishop in Buenos Aires, he used to ride public transportation, and he used to criticize people in the clergy who had extravagant lifestyles. This also translated into his life as the Pope.
On March 13, 2013, at the age of 76, Bergoglio was named the 266th Pope of the Roman Catholic Church, becoming the first non-European and the first Jesuit priest to be named Pope. Bergoglio became the first pope to take the name Francis, in honor of St. Francis of Assisi.
Francis is a name that no pope ever had chosen. And I think in his case, a fellow cardinal in the conclave who whispered to him, "Don't forget the poor." And it was at that moment he chose the name Francis. And it has embodied his entire style, not living in the papal palace, driving his old car, wearing simple clothes, same old shoes. That sort of thing is very striking.
Upon being named Pope, Francis abolished bonuses paid to Vatican employees upon the election of a new Pope, and named a group of 8 cardinals as advisors to bring reform to the Roman Catholic Church.
Pope Francis is a breath of fresh air in the governance of the Church, and I think he's an answer to the prayers of many who have felt that the Church was becoming too locked in on itself. His favorite expression is the Church should not be self-referential. It should bring the gospel out to the world that so much needs it today. I think his election to the chair of Peter has been an enormous sign that the Holy Spirit is still working in the life of the Church, and that here's a man who can really move the Church forward in significant ways.
Gaius Octavius, better known as Augustus Caesar, was born into nobility on September 23, 63 BC, although he never recognized the title of emperor. Augustus Caesar was the first of the ruling Julio-Claudian dynasty to reign in Rome. Before Augustus's centralization of power, Rome was ruled by a series of suffects, but Augustus changed that entire system, becoming the sole ruler. His family, the Julians, gave birth to some of the greatest tyrants the world had ever seen, including the merciless Caligula and the mentally insane Nero. Members of the Julio-Claudian dynasty believed themselves to be descendants of another race from the Dawn Star, also known as the Venus. Members of this dynasty were so convinced that they descended from this otherworldly race that they would actually dress up as the goddess Venus. Even the ruthless Caligula would cross-dress and put on women's garbs that made him look like a goddess. But it all started with Caesar Augustus, born on September 23rd, 63 BC, who would adopt the title Divi Filius, which means Son of God.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of the Holy See, followed by the national anthem of the United States.
President Trump, who attended Fordham, a Jesuit university, came face to face today with the first Jesuit pope. The rest is history.
Flammas eius, Lucifer matutinus inveniat. Ille in quam Lucifer qui nescito casum.
The uprising has begun. It's time to make good great again. It's time to be free.
These thongs were goat hide from newly sacrificed goats. They then ran naked or nearly naked around Palatine, whipping any woman within striking distance with the thongs. During Lupercalia, the men randomly chose a woman's name from a jar to be coupled with them for the duration of the festival.
The final night of the Lupercalia. Hoods hunt wolves, witches hunt warlocks. The outcome of the hunt shall determine the year ahead. Will it be bountiful or barren? Fruitful or fallow? Tonight we hunt and are hunted, releasing our blessed magics into the night. Warlocks, are you ready? And witches, are you ready?
There's a storm coming, Ari.
There is a storm coming!
There's a storm coming.
There's a storm coming, Mr. Wayne.
There's a storm coming, brother.
There's a storm coming.
There's a storm coming, Dr. Suresh.
There's a storm coming.
There is a storm coming, a black and terrible storm.
There's a storm coming. I sense there's a storm coming.
There's a storm coming!
Alice says there's a storm coming.
There's a storm coming.
Storm's coming. Storm coming soon.
A storm is coming, Frank says. A storm is coming. Our storm.
Storm's coming.
Storm's coming.
Storm's coming.
Storm's coming.
Storm's coming. The great storm is coming!
The festival extended to sinful acts including lust, adultery, drunkenness, fornication, homosexuality, and assault of minors and women. term Valentine's Day comes from Saint Valentine, the patron saint of lovers. In the late 5th century AD, Pope Gelasius merged the pagan celebration of Lupercalia on February 14th, declaring this day a day of celebrating Saint Valentine, deceiving Christians into partaking in the festival that was initially created to worship the Roman god Lupercus.
Dorcas!
So, how did you guys meet?
It's really funny, actually. Like, I was not into him at first. He used to shoot spitwads at me in Spanish class, which is like so junior high.
Oh.
But then one night I was brushing out my hair when I got home, and I found this spitwad, but it was really a note, and it said, "What's up?" And I was like, that is so cute. And then I liked him. Oh my God, baby, are you okay? Walk it off, baby. Just walk it off. You're still hot, baby, you're still hot.
Wow, you rolled out of that like a ninja.
He's usually really good at those.
Yeah, well, he's quite the athlete and you're quite the dancer, huh?
5, 6, 7, 8.
No, I think we're okay. We haven't seen that one.
Way to go. She tell you the spitwad story?
Yes, she did.
Yeah, she's mushy like that.
You like it.
I know.
Ooh, I miss high school. There you have it, young love, full of promise, full of hope, ignorant of reality.
In a world that is bland, colorless and cold, where banality grows like a fungus or a mold, there live the boring sheeple who look just like each other. A darker force rides into town, unleashing demon brothers. Here come the little deviants. They come from underground. They're rising from the depths to take those sheeple down. The sheeple are compliant and make for fine ingredients. For customizing anything, here come the little deviants. These are the little deviants.
brand new synthetics. Standard domestic profile installed. This is the best thing you will do for your family.
Hello, Joe.
I don't want one around the kids.
You're taking it back.
I'm not taking it back.
One of these bad boys can do 10 times what the D-series can do.
I'm happy with the one I've got.
You brought it into the house and we don't know anything about it.
It's a machine.
You claim there are a handful of synthetics who can think and feel.
You've been pretending to be so much less than what you are.
We can't keep insisting that they are just gadgets. We have made them more than that.
I can't leave for you, George.
The human in the machine. The lines are blurring.
What the hell are you?
Run!
I'm watching you. I'm watching you too, Laura.
The fourth industrial revolution, it's a fusion of the physical, the digital, and the biological world. It's changing not only what we are doing, it's changing who we are.
It's really the notion of digital technology pervasively impacting every walk of life in every vertical industry on all parts of the globe.
Whether it's information technology and the acceleration we see in artificial intelligence, a lot is happening.
Society and how we're going to live is being defined right now.
The speed is mind-boggling. What I'm particularly concerned about is how little the world is prepared.
Harnessing this revolution requires the involvement of all stakeholders, from public and private sectors to academia and civil society.
The world has changed. We can never, ever go back to yesterday.
Hi! Choose your setting.
French cinema. High school principal instrumental in my sexual awakening. One of the boys.
Yeah, I actually really want to play FIFA.
Totally did. Not trying at all, but still conventionally attractive. Toxicity setting, 0%.
I love you for who you are.
60%.
I killed all your houseplants because I'm the only thing you should care for.
Oh my god. 20%.
I'll just have a bite of yours.
10%.
Sometimes I won't message you back until you double text me.
I have the potential to imagine the unimaginable. Think the unthinkable. See the unseeable. With the arsenal of the world's leading technology at my fingertips, I now have the ability to invent the uninventable.
Belief in astrology, 0%.
Astrology is a load of crap.
20%.
I think tarot card readings are highly subjective, but very applicable.
60%.
I cheated on you because of my Saturn return.
100%.
We can't leave the house.
Libido setting, 0%.
Touch me and I'll cut you.
20%.
All right, fine, but no eye contact.
40%. 100%.
Oh, Jason, back.
You know I have access to your search history, right?
You gave me the ick anyway! Rebranding into its future, Intel has enlisted House of Gaga to collaborate on a project that will showcase technology through creativity at the highest level. Our partnership will culminate in a performance that inspires to remind the world of the seed of innovation, the wizard behind the curtain, the mind behind the machine. Intel.
back on us the same way we look at fossils.
Hello.
Play jazz.
Playing jazz.
Smoothie.
Making smoothie.
Calendar.
No meetings today. Remember, tandläkare at 9:30.
Fire off.
Fire off.
Open door.
Door open.
Sånn. Så skal vi sette en til.
Ja. Open door.
Wrong voice command.
Open door.
Wrong voice command.
Open door.
Repeat that.
Open door.
I didn't understand that.
Hey, open door.
Play on the floor.
Get over the floor. Open the door.
Wrong
Open the
voice
door.
command. Error.
Hey, there. With a rock. Open door. Open door. Higher.
Higher volume.
Higher.
Higher.
Open door.
Door open.
Radio on.
Playing radio.
Lights.
Lights on.
Protein shake.
Making protein shake.
New York.
Loading New York. Set speed.
4.
4.
6.
6.
Child of 16.
16.
4.
Error.
16. 4.
4.
16.
Correction. 16.
Hallå! Oh, hej Brian! Går det bra? And I was too young. Stop!
Up.
Nine, down!
Lights down.
Only 16. Only 16.
4.
Og fra en klassiker til en annen, her er Summer of 69.
69.
4.
Her er neste låt, også en klassiker.
74. 75. You are breaking the world record. 75.
4. 6.
Louder, please.
Stop!
Stopping.
If I were the devil, if I were the prince of darkness, I'd want to engulf the whole world in darkness, and I'd have 1/3 of its real estate and 4/5 of its population, but I wouldn't be happy until I had seized the ripest apple on the tree. Thee. So I'd set about, however necessary, to take over the United States. I'd subvert the churches first. I'd begin with a campaign of whispers. With the wisdom of a serpent, I would whisper to you as I whispered to Eve, do as you please. To the young, I would whisper that the Bible is a myth. I would convince them that man created God instead of the other way around. I would confide that what's bad is good and what's good is square. And the old I would teach to pray after me, Our Father, which art in Washington. And then I'd get organized. I'd educate authors in how to make lurid literature exciting so that anything else would appear dull and uninteresting. I'd threaten TV with dirtier movies and vice versa. I'd peddle narcotics to whom I could. I'd sell alcohol to ladies and gentlemen of distinction. I'd tranquilize the rest with pills. If I were the devil, I'd soon have families at war with themselves, churches at war with themselves, and nations at war with themselves, until each in its turn was consumed. And with promises of higher ratings, I'd have mesmerizing media fanning the flames. If I were the devil, I would encourage schools to refine young intellects, but neglect to discipline emotions, just let those run wild. Until before you knew it, you'd have to have drug-sniffing dogs and metal detectors at every schoolhouse door. Within a decade, I'd have prisons overflowing. I'd have judges promoting pornography. Soon I could evict God from the courthouse, then from the schoolhouse, and then from the houses of Congress. And in his own churches, I would substitute psychology for religion and deify science. I would lure priests and pastors into misusing boys and girls and church money. If I were the devil, I'd make the symbol of Easter an egg and the symbol of Christmas a bottle. If I were the devil, I'd take from those who have and give to those who wanted until I had killed the incentive of the ambitious. And what'll you bet? I couldn't get whole states to promote gambling as the way to get rich. I would caution against extremes in hard work, in patriotism, in moral conduct. I would convince the young that marriage is old-fashioned, that swinging is more fun, that what you see on TV is the way to be. And thus I could undress you in public, and I could lure you into bed with diseases for which there is no cure. In other words, if I were the devil, I'd just keep right on doing what he's doing.
Trust in me.